Hey, this is Phil with Rich Returns. Super stoked to bring you this video. So we created a course for all Shopify merchants. It's available on academy.richcommerce.co. I'm going to put a link down in the description for you to see. And this course is really a deep dive into returns on Shopify and returns in e-commerce in general, so that you can finally conquer returns and not see returns as your enemy, but really as your friend, and like really have an idea how you can tackle this area, right? So the course is completely free, right? It's got over an hour-long content video. It's got template for return policies. It gives you ideas about return rates that are typical for different niches in e-commerce. I'm maybe a little bit too excited, but I'm going to go into this in a second. So returns will really make or break your Shopify business at some point. It might be 2020 for some merchants, might be 2021 for others, or 2022. But if you look at the huge competition from Amazon and how they offer an easy returns experience, it's important to really think deep about returns because customer acquisition is getting more expensive. I've personally talked to a lot of merchants over the past weeks, and they told me that their CAC has increased significantly. For some, it was like 40-50% that they're spending more in Facebook ads to acquire customers. So your ultimate goal is really to maximize customer lifetime value, which means in just plain English means to keep customers around for life, right? And so having a great post-purchase experience, which returns is a big part of, is super important, right? So a lot of Shopify merchants that we talk to, they really only do returns in, for example, a Google Sheet, right? So they may do 1,000 orders a month, so 5,000 orders, but they just have a Google Sheet, right? They have no data, they have no process, they have no idea what like typical return rates are for their niche, right? How you can tackle and like lower your returns, right? Super important. You can easily lower your returns by just being aware how you can basically tackle different return reasons, right? So this is everything we'll go into inside the course. So here's a curriculum. So yeah, I already expanded this. So we're just going to go quickly over it, right? You can jump into the course yourself, right? It's free, so there's really nothing you can lose. In the beginning, we are just going to go into like different e-commerce terms, right? Some people are more advanced than others, so this might be relevant for you or not. Just things like a return rate, lifetime value, average order value, things like this, right? Repeat purchases. And then I would argue 99% of Shopify merchants have never even thought of that there are 3 foundational return strategies that you as an e-commerce business can follow. And you're probably using one of them right now, right? But you are not aware of this, right? And so if you're spending more time in this area, you can really break this down into different strategies and then really think about like short-term, mid-term, and long-term, what you and where you want to see your brand, right? This is important because it has an effect on how you see returns. Do you see them as like a cost center? Do you see them as a profit center, right? Do you leverage them for more revenue, more repeat revenue from customers, right? And how you're going to integrate this into your marketing mix, right? So there are 3 types, type 1, type 2, type 3. And it all has influence on how you integrate this into your store, into your marketing mix, into your different channels. So super important for your business to determine what return strategy type you are, right? We'll then go into building a memorable returns policy for your customers, right? So obviously you have some legal requirements here in certain countries, but then it's also important that you write a returns policy that is easy to remember for your customers, right? And so we're going to give a lot of pointers and a concrete returns template that you can use. Obviously, we're not a lawyer, so it's just important to keep that in mind, right? Other than that, the next one is probably super important. Like, how does your return rate that your store has compare to others, right? And what should be a benchmark? What should be a goal for your business, right? Also, typical exchange rates we see, right? So a lot of merchants, they never do exchanges, right? So for example, with our returns management application, Rich Returns, you can just offer customers exchanges. The logistics process is the same as before, super easy. But we're seeing a lot of exchanges if you offer them to customers, because now they don't have to cancel their existing order, place a new order, like literally pull out their credit card. They can just do it, for example, inside Rich Returns, right? If that is something your business wants to offer. But it's very easy and it retains your company like straight cash, right? For the customer, it's just a click of the button, but for your business, it's like either $100 back to the pocket of the customer or to keep it in your business, right? And then also return costs is interesting. A lot of merchants, they don't know what costs are associated with a return, right? For example, like labor cost, how much time does it cost to process a return, right? How much time, like what money does it cost for a third-party logistics company to receive a return, grade the return, things like this, right? Return shipping costs, right, in different countries, right? I think we cover the US, UK, Australia, Europe, a lot of other countries, right? Things like this. Common return reasons, right? So I think we're going into 5 different categories of return reasons and like how to fix them fast, right? So you will have very, very few return reasons that are responsible for a majority, probably 80% of your returns, right? So if you can fix them or improve them, you can lower your returns. Super important. Same thing, better business analytics. I was just going and talking about the Google Sheets, right? So you have to have a process in place to look back at the last year, pull the data, and see where the major issues are, right? Because if you're not doing this, you cannot go to your manufacturer and basically improve certain garments or product qualities, right? You cannot improve a fit of your clothing or stuff like this. That's super important. And in the very end, we obviously have a 3-day action plan to really implement a returns process, a better returns process and post-purchase experience for your customers, right? As well as a special offer for rich returns because, well, you went through the entire course. So thanks for this. But yeah, feel free to check it out. We also have a sample lecture over here. And obviously, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? So it's a free course for all Shopify merchants. So feel free to check it out. You'll find the link in the description. And I hope to see you inside the course, all right? See you soon. Bye.